Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Connie and this channel is all about plants. So if you're interested in that type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 10 favorite plants in my collection at the moment. These are plants that are doing really well in my care and I'm super proud of. Every time I see them, they make me so happy and I'm just happy to share them with you today. So without further ado, let's get into the first plant. The first plant is this Philodendron Birkin. And if you saw my repot Q&A video, this is one of the plants in that video. And I was really scared to repot this because it was doing so well in the nursery pot that I bought it in. And I wasn't sure when I repotted it into my own soil and everything if it would go into shock and start declining, but it's actually still doing really well. It's so beautiful. And I probably mentioned before that I've had a few Philodendron Birkins in the past and they never did well in my care. And this is the first one that I've had for so long and it's doing so well. So this is definitely in my top 10 right now. I'm loving it. I think it's so gorgeous and it's putting out some new growth right now. There's a new leaf coming out right here. And yeah, so the first one is this Philodendron Birkin. I had gotten this from Home Depot in Key West, and this was by the Vigoro brand. This was a good find at a big box store, and I'm really happy with this plant. So, Philodendron Birkin. The next plant is this Philodendron Silver Sword. And I got this plant, I think it was in December at Anderson Farms when they were having their retail sale. And it has actually put out like all this top leaf right here, like all three of these top leaves I believe are new leaves since I got it. And then it has a new leaf coming out right here. This is doing really well and I love it. I love the color to it. It has that silvery bluish green color. Really loving this plant right now. I actually had another one before I got this and I was gonna combine it, but I decided just to put the other one outside because I'm trying to do like a little experiment to see the difference and how that one does outside opposed to this one here under the grow lights right next to the humidifier. So that'll be interesting to see. But number 2 is my Philodendron Silver Sword. And while we're talking about philodendrons, I might as well show you my Philodendron Burgundy Princess. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Burgundy Princess, but it's basically a pink princess with less variegation. And mine is actually putting out some nice variegation on it. That one leaf right there. Then these right here on the top. Half pink. So it's basically a pink princess as far as I'm concerned. And I got this on my birthday, I think, when was it? In 2021, I believe, from Johnny Mangoes. I think it's up in Delray Beach. And what I did was I combined 2 plants together in the pot. And this plant is a prolific grower. I mean, it has grown so much since I first purchased it. And I have it on 2 bamboo sticks or 2 bamboo stakes. I don't know if you can see right there. And I just have like a couple of clips just to kind of support it. And it's just growing and growing. I'm so in love with this plant. One of my favorites, again, Philodendron Burgundy Princess. That's what it was labeled. but I looked up the Burgundy Princess, and basically what they're saying is that it's a lower variegated pink princess. And you guys know how there's all kinds of different names that are being thrown around for different plants that are pretty much the same plant. So Philodendron Burgundy Princess. All right, next up is this Aglaonema Frosted Ghost. And you may have seen this in my Aglaonema collection video. This is one of my favorites. I just love the color of the leaves. I think it's so unique. It's very similar to that same type of bluish gray color that's in the Silver Sword. And I just love that. This is a really full plant, which is something else that I really love about my plants, is when they get really full. And this is so easy to care for, as are most of my other Aglaonemas as well. Aglaonema Frosted Ghost. Another one of my favorites in my collection is this Sibu Blue Pothos. I absolutely love this plant. Just like the other ones, I love the color of the leaves, that bluish green color, and it's such a good grower. I mean, it's always putting out new leaves. And this was another big box find that I had gotten from Home Depot. It's very light right now, so I think it needs to be watered, and I gotta check the roots because I noticed that I'm watering it a lot more often, so hopefully this is not root bound yet. But if it's getting to that point, I'm gonna have to repot this one soon, because I've had one of these before in the past, and that was something that always used to happen. I would have to water it all the time, and these get root bound really quickly. So, matter of fact, let me see. I mean, the roots are not coming out of the bottom yet, but I know pretty soon it's going to, because it's really full, and in my experience, that's what usually happens with these Sibu Blue Pothos. Loving it right now. So that's my next one on my list, the Sibu Blue Pothos. Next up is the Syngonium Wendlandii. I'm so in love with this little plant. So this is actually 3 4-inch plants that I combined together, but even when it was just 1 4-inch plant in here, it was growing so quickly, and I was so proud of it. I love the shape of the leaves, and also it sort of has like a velvety touch to it. So this is a really fast grower and easy to care for, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm just loving it so far. I think it has such a unique look. It's so different from the other plants in my collection. So yeah, that's the next plant, Syngonium Wendlandii. So the next plant is this Ponytail Palm. And I'm so in love with this plant. I think it's so cool how the leaves grow. And I'm really happy with this plant because I had one of these in the past and it never did as well as this plant. It always would get brown crispy leaves, and eventually it completely died. But with this one, I guess it's because I'm like caring for it a little bit different. I have it right near my window, and I make sure I do not overwater this plant. This trunk actually stores water just like a succulent, and you don't need to overwater these ponytail palms. They do like good indirect sunlight. They could even use even more sunlight outside because these plants grow really huge outdoors. But mine is right next to my window and it's really loving it. And I'm loving it. I have it in this cute head planter. And yeah, so Ponytail Palm. The next plant is this Monstera, Standleyana, Alba, Variegata. I got this from Costa Farms online. This is part of their Trending Tropicals line, and I got it when they first released it. This plant is a prolific grower, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. All of this right here and all this right here is all new growth since I first got it. And it also has really beautiful variegated leaves. Here's one of the newest leaves right here. It's almost a half moon. And this is what some of the other leaves look like. Really pretty. And I know it looks kind of weird how it's growing out like that, but I kind of like how it looks on my shelf. So that's why I just left it like that, but I'm probably gonna add a moss pole so that it can grow upward. And yeah, so this plant is really cool because like I said, it grows really fast, and if you wanna propagate, you can propagate and make more plants. But yeah, that's the next one on my list. Monstera, Standleyana, Alba, Variegata. The next plant that is making me so happy right now is this Variegated Dieffenbachia. I purchased this recently at Lowe's, and I'll link that video above. This is the one that I was looking for, the Dieffenbachia Panther, and I stumbled upon this instead. And this plant is just so amazing. I am not sure what the name is really. It's either a variegated version of the Dieffenbachia Tiki or the Dieffenbachia Snow. Some leaves look more like the Tiki. Like for instance, this one right here looks like the Tiki. And let's see. This one right here kind of looks like the Snow. But majority of the leaves have this beautiful variegation on them. And it just keeps putting out more and more variegated leaves. So the variegation is very, very stable on this, as you can see. And I just have it inside my bedroom because it's so pretty and I want to be able to enjoy it as much as possible. I have it here in front of this window so it gets a nice amount of sunlight. Look how beautiful the variegation is. This is the back of the leaf, and every single leaf is pretty much variegated. Look at this one. This one has this big area of white. And it's continuing to put out more and more leaves. There's one there. There's one coming out here. There's another one here. So this plant is one of my favorites right now. And I just can't believe I found this. I actually went back to that Lowe's this past week, and I wanted to check all the other ones to see if they had any signs of variegation, but none of them did. They all pretty much look just like this leaf does, which I believe is a Tiki. So I got really, really lucky with this one. Really lucky. The last plant on my list has to be this Orchid Kokedama. And I'm just really, really proud of this plant because I've never had an orchid to rebloom for me ever in my life. And I actually have two of these and they're both blooming, but this is the one that I have inside. And as you can see, it has so many beautiful purple flowers on it. And I'm just really proud of it, and it makes me really, really happy. It looks like a lot more flowers are gonna come out still. But yeah, this is gonna be the last plant on my list for right now in my favorites for the month. Let me know in the comments if you like this type of video, and I'll try to do one every month. But I think that I'll probably narrow it down to about 5 plants instead of 10. But I just have so many that I'm in love with right now, so that's why I wanted to share those 10 with you. But I'm looking around right now just to see which ones I'm gonna include next month, because I wanted to include some of them in this month, but I'll end up showing you my whole collection for that matter. So yeah, guys, let me know if you like this kind of video. So those are my top favorite plants in my collection for the moment. What are some of your favorite plants in your collection? Leave it down in the comments. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share for more plant-related videos. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.